Hello and welcome to episode 249 of Fergo and the Freak. I'm that bloke from Rugby League Project, Andrew Ferguson. You can find me on Twitter at AndrewRP. Join me as always is the professional League Freak, who you can find on Twitter at League Freak. How you going, mate?
How's it going, Andrew? The real deal, Ferguson.
Yeah, I know how to use computers now.
Yeah, computers they're pretty good. They've got their uses, and it was cool to listen to you work out how to use Skype. I liked it.
Yeah, I now feel like I might be able to advance my technological capabilities beyond an abacus now.
Yeah, that'll be good. Wait until I teach you how to use Excel.
Mate, I've heard stories. It sounds like magic inside a box.
Oh, it really is. It's the second most fun you can have with a box.
The most fun you can have is with the box that you get from Manscaped.
Exactly. When you get the Perfect Package 3.0, not only do you get the Lawnmower 3.0, which is the world's cutting-edge technology in manscaping, you get microfiber boxer shorts, which they're just fantastic, absolutely brilliant. You get the ball deodorant, you get the ball toner, you get everything you need, and that's what I recommend if you're looking to get something for that special dude in your life. And you can do it by going to manscaped.com. But here's the thing. Put in their code NRL and you get 20% off and free shipping. And there's your Christmas presents done. And not only, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So that's what I would recommend for everyone to do. We've had feedback from people that have purchased the Manscaped products because they've listened to the podcast, and they've all been really, really happy with what they've got. So check out manscaped.com. They've got a whole load of stuff for personal care stuff, I would suggest you call it, for men. And go there, put in the code NRL. It's our exclusive code on the Fergo and the Freak podcast, and support the people that support the podcast you love.
Absolutely. Well said. Now, I was quite surprised to learn that State of Origin started yesterday.
Yes, it did.
Well, I mean, look, I knew it was on, but when I saw that New South Wales was behind, I went, well, this is fucked. I'm not watching it anymore, and I turned it off.
Yeah, it was weird. Although James Smith put out a tweet, and it was brilliant.
I think I may have seen it.
Yeah, he said, so State of Origin played in November in Adelaide doesn't feel normal to people. Wow. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. I would have added more swearing to it, but we'll get to where my swearing on Twitter has seen me end up.
There was another great tweet by James Smith as well, and he said, all the teams I support this year have now lost 3 games. I've had enough of this.
That was brilliant. Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. That's the best tweet I've seen all year.
We need to get that guy on the podcast.
Yeah, he'd be good on the podcast, But yeah, so it was an interesting game. It didn't feel origin-y to me. It's weird how we were talking before the podcast, how you move it, a few months later, and it feels very, very different. The speed of the game was good. The hits probably weren't that hard. The crowd not being a full house took away from it early on. There were times where the crowd was a little bit quiet, but they did get into it as the game went on. New South Wales got out to a pretty good lead, and then, Queensland just started grinding away at them. And by the end of the match, they'd run over the top of them, and it's been interesting to see the reaction from a lot of people. I haven't seen what the media reaction is because I haven't really looked at any of it.
Well, the media is mostly New South Wales based, so they'll be talking about, we're going to have to axe this person, axe that person, blah, 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 and more often than not, they get what they want.
Probably. I would say the 2 biggest failings we had were in the centres. Clint Gutherson missed some pretty bad tackles. White, he really did. Yeah, he did, unfortunately.
He's a messiah. I can't believe he missed any tackles. Anyway.
He did, yeah. Jack White missed a bad tackle that led to a try as well. And, there weren't that many good performers in the New South Wales team. I would say the only players that really stood out for me, I thought Tedesco was pretty good. I thought Damien Cook was good early on, but as the Queensland pack sort of started winning the battle of the the ruck. He was sort of taken out of the game a bit. I thought Cody Walker, when he come on, was outstanding, especially in a thankless task of coming off the bench in, like, I think there was maybe 20 minutes left, and he was actually looked really, really dangerous. But that's about it for New South Wales. Like, there were a lot of really pedestrian performances in the side, and it was very disappointing. And the Queensland team, I mean, I think that's one of the best Queensland teams I've seen since 1995. They really played very, very well, and you can't take anything away from them. They were the better team on the night.
Well, there we go. That's a pretty good wrap-up.
Yeah, look, the only changes I would make, if I had to make changes, I would put Cody Walker in for Luke Keary. I don't know who you bring in the centres. I can't have Gutherson. Gutherson was that bad that I just can't have him in the team. But, you know, who do you name instead?
Who are the wingers?
Addo Carr.
And...
He was one of them. He was all right, actually, Addo Carr. And the other winger...
Oh, was it Kotrick?
Yeah, and you know what? He was... Man, if he touched the ball once, I didn't see it. I can't even remember him touching the ball. He was, yeah.
I'm trying to think who they bring into the centres.
Well, the thing is, they've only got the players they've got, which is the scary thing.
Well, that's the thing, is that even last year, New South Wales were light on for centres. It was their only weak point. I mean, the fact that they had to bring in essentially a 5'8" and a fullback to play in centre showed just how light the centre stocks are for the New South Wales side.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just looking up the stats to find out what Kotrick did.
I'm just trying to think of who some of the New South Wales centres are that are available. You know, you got Josh Dugan.
Yeah, but like they can only have who they have in the squads, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you can bring in, because they're in a bubble. You know,
didn't they have a Panthers back in the squad?
Stephen Crichton. But I don't know why you don't play Crichton. But so just put Crichton in.
Yeah, I know that Nofaluma was in there, and I believe there were some West Tigers people suggesting he should get picked in the side. But Nofaluma is not and cannot play at centre. He's only a winger, and the winger's the last thing you replace in a side that's been beaten. You know, there's a lot of other places that are an issue at that time.
The reason Kotrick didn't do anything in the game, he didn't play.
Well, there you go. That probably helps.
Yeah.
He was in Canberra, too far away.
Imagine if he'd been a big contributor.
This is the problem. We showed very clearly in our last episode that we are now, because of the time of the year, we're now a cricket podcast.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird because, like, I don't know. It didn't feel like Origin to me, and it's obvious why, but I wasn't as into the game last night. I kind of watched it. Normally I'm on the edge of my seat for 2 hours. Last night I was, fucking around on my phone. I don't know. Something about it. I don't know what it is, but it just didn't do it for me. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. Apparently the numbers have come out, and there was the viewing audience for Origin 1 was down about 25% on last year, which is a huge drop down, especially when it's got no other football codes or cricket at this stage to compete with.
Yeah, the only thing it's got is like the horse race, any horse races that...
Which was, well, I mean, they're on during the day, so it's not even a competition, so it's crazy.
It's funny how all the horse racing trophies sound like they were named by somebody that has a small dick. Doesn't it? It's the Golden Eagle, man.
There you go. See, that's the thing is that the only thing I heard about the Melbourne Cup was some horse got shot.
Yeah.
And they should start taking bets on that. Which horse is going to get shot this year at the Melbourne Cup? Because there's a lot of horses to choose from, so the odds are going to be pretty good for the punter.
Happens pretty often, doesn't it?
Yeah, nearly one every year now.
Yeah, it's weird.
So just spin a wheel. Which one of these 200 odd horses that are going to be racing today. Which one of those is going to get the bullet?
We should get somebody on that knows horse. I know somebody that actually knows horses really well. What if we got them on and asked them like about how far you can push a horse? Do you know that you're pushing it too hard and it's going to break down, or do they just break down? Things like that. That'd be interesting.
I think when you get to the point where you're flogging the shit out of its ass with a piece of bloody leather, I think that's when you can tell you're at the horse's limit. Like that's its line right there.
It depends. I've seen 50 Shades of Grey, and
that's true.
You know,
maybe they need to get around and maybe putting cable ties around the horse's tail.
The horses need safe words. My safe word is Oklahoma.
Theirs could be, I don't know, pal.
Pal. That's a bit of a bad joke, Andrew. What the hell?
Hey, it was a good one though.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Yeah.
I wonder what they do with the horses. Like, I wonder if they literally do take them to the dog food factory, like a racehorse like that.
Well, what you do is you get it all together, you squeeze it all really tight until you get all the glue out of it, and once you've done that, the rest of it just goes in a can and you feed it to dogs.
Well, you know how they get that stuff out of it. Unless do you know what you're talking about? I should say.
No.
Okay, so what they do, and this will shock people, and I know this from watching a thing about abattoirs. So basically, all of the stuff that they don't use from cows in abattoirs, they basically cook, and they skim different layers of it off. And there's a lot of stuff there that they skim off that goes into all of our soap and our shampoo and stuff like that.
Yeah, the fats.
Yeah. So I guess it's one of those components is probably the glue component.
Yeah, absolutely. What were we talking about again?
Yeah, we were talking about football. Yeah, so the Maroons won. Look, I think that New South Wales does need to make a few changes, but no one was really impressive in the game. Boyd Cordner got knocked out again. There's a lot of people blowing up about him coming back on the field and stuff.
Yeah, look, and there was talk that Cordner's now going to have some precautionary scans during the week, which he most definitely should do.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet tonight by Peter Fitzsimons, renowned rugby league lover.
The UTI pirate.
Yes. And someone said, if Cordner wasn't concussed, why does he need to pass tests this week? And Fitzsimons quite tweeted it saying, a brilliant point. And I replied to that to him and said, for someone who's criticised the NRL and its treatment of concussions, combined with your fervent interest in rugby league, I expect you to be fully aware of Boyd Cordner's history of concussions and fully understanding why he requires tests as a precaution.
But there's your problem. He doesn't care about any of that.
That's right. What he cares about is shitting on the game.
Yeah.
So what he's done is he's revealed to everybody that he doesn't give a fuck about concussions. No. What he gives a fuck about is shitting on rugby league.
Of course not. Yeah, look, I remember I tweeted something a few years ago about concussions to him, and you know he just doesn't care about it. And it was funny because then a bunch of people that were up his ass were like, oh, it's like, no, these. You know, the NRL has world's leading practice when it comes to concussions. Like, it literally does. Is it perfect? No. But it is literally the world's leading practice. And, Boyd Cordner went through the concussion protocol, which you and me have both criticised and is not good enough. And they allowed him to go back on the field. Now, I'm not a doctor. But a doctor had to clear him, and now they're going to send him for tests. Like, what more do you want?
Yeah. And...
You know, if you're unhappy at that, if you're unhappy at his level of care, what is the level of care you want? I don't know. But that's the point of wearing a bandana and, you know, yelling into the night, is that you don't care about what's going on. You just want some fucking attention. So, and you gave it to him, Andrew.
I can't help it.
You fucking gave it to him.
I love just feeding him a little bit every now and then. He never responds because I'm pointing out one of his failures.
Yeah.
So he'll never say anything, but it's good to point out his hypocrisy, I guess.
Should we talk about what happened to me?
While we're mentioning Twitter,
Okay.
I think it's only right that we do.
Okay. I have a statement to make. I've been banned from Twitter for a week. And
what did you do that caused this?
I made a very controversial tweet. It started about, I don't know, what would it have been? 7:30, something like that. And I tweeted this. I said, and the story was, I was actually listening to a Neil Young song called Old Man, right? And I remember hearing a story from Neil Young, and he wrote the song after buying a ranch. And there was an old man that worked on the ranch, like an 80-year-old man that worked on the ranch, and he saw this old man, and he wrote the song Old Man. And I'm listening to this song, and I'm thinking, like, he's a young dude when he's thinking all this shit. So I wrote this tweet. I've never understood people who are scrambling to become old people. I find it really weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, a friend of mine for a very long time called Alicia, she replied and said, what? Because she didn't understand my tweet. So, and this is the tweet that got me banned, ready? So I said to her, young cunts trying to be old cunts, and I was banned immediately for a week. I wasn't attacking anyone or anything. I was just describing general people and got banned for a week. Now I think I've been picked up by the algorithm, right? Because it happened immediately. But a week, I'm gone for a week on Twitter. So if I don't answer you, I'm not being ignorant like I normally am. I'm just banned. And the weird thing is I'm banned until like next Thursday night.
Is Origin on next Wednesday?
Yep.
That burns.
I can't say shit during Origin. I can't say shit all over the weekend. So it's going to be weird. And
that is going to be weird.
And I've told you this, and I've told some other people too. Like after the Origin series is over, I'm going to take a little bit of a break off of Twitter, like not disappear off of it or anything, just like not keep my eye on it during the day. And I'm doing the same thing with the news. I'm disconnecting completely from news, just to get a break from it all. And
a cleanse.
Hey?
A cleanse.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
But,
and probably, do some courses to work on your ageist attitudes.
I know, right? Young cunts trying to be old cunts, and then I get banned. How about that?
Oh, man.
But
see,
here's the thing.
We can't be criticised on Twitter because they're trying to teach people manners, and that should be something that should be praised.
Okay, but here's the thing, Andrew, right? You go on Twitter, and you put in the right search terms, right? You can see inside people. And I get banned for saying a word?
Yeah, I know. You can see what some people had for breakfast.
You really can.
Yeah.
It's like, that's fucking weird.
It is. But, let's not get into double standards here.
I know, right? It's so strange.
It's funny how that all comes back to Peter Fitzsimons again, though.
How can I get banned for saying cunt, right? And he can be one.
Yeah. I think we should move on before I say something much worse. I might get banned from this podcast.
But you know what? I'll never ban you for saying the word cunt. Never, ever. We can say cunt as many times as we want on this on this podcast.
I've done it once, I think, by accident.
I've done it once.
Yeah.
And let me tell you.
I think you got away with it too, to be honest. I don't think anyone picked up on it.
Yeah. But I plan on breaking the cunt record in this episode. Because I can. Because no one can ban me from this fucking podcast.
Uh, well, I was going to say there is a little bit of news out there. Should we get into it? There's not much.
Let's do it.
The first one, which we need to discuss,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Johns.
Oh, that cunt. Tell me. I know what you're going to say. Just do it. Just do it.
This blithering idiot wants to have a fourth Origin game, winner takes all. And I just want to say, Matthew, if we have 4 games, and let's just say for argument's sake, Queensland wins the first 2 and New South Wales wins the second 2, no one wins, you fucking idiot. That's why we have an odd number of games.
This is when you pull out the Johns clause. We all know the Johns clause. When you hear a suggestion by a Johns, you don't do it. I don't understand.
So his idea is, okay, if Queensland wins the series, this is what he's thinking, right?
Yeah.
He's thinking this as a New South Wales fan. If Queensland wins the series 2-1, then New South Wales wins the 4th game, New South Wales wins the series. That's his mindset. If Queensland wins 3-0, but New South Wales wins the last one, then New South Wales wins the series. His idea is about making sure that absolutely no one gives a fuck about the first 3 games, and only the 4th game is the one that matters, because that's the one where you win the series.
What a dumb idiot.
Yeah, so why not, if you're Matthew Johns, why not scrap the preceding 2 games and just have one Origin match, and that's it?
I know, and you can't make sense of it, right? Because you're not brain damaged.
It's beyond stupid.
It really is. There's 3 games. Best of 3.
Yeah.
Why do you need to then have a winner takes all?
It makes no sense.
No.
It makes 0 sense. You know what the dumb thing is? There are people out there who fucking think he's got a good idea.
Are there really?
There would be.
There probably would be.
He's got a huge fan base. So people are going, "Oh, that's a great idea, Matty." Because there's so many people who have that attitude and constantly tell him that. He keeps saying this dumb shit.
I just can't believe that. I mean, if you were thinking this stuff and you told someone, like, just say I had that idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said to you, "Hey, Andrew, I've got a really good idea. Let's talk about it on the podcast." And you said, "What is it?" And I was like, "Well, let's play a 4th Origin and it's winner take all." I would expect you to say, "Dude, don't ever fucking repeat that to anyone," because you sound like an idiot, right?
What I'd be very, very kind about it. Because what I'd say is, Matt, I think I'm feeling a bit tired tonight. I don't think we'll record tonight. And I'll say that every single day until I think the idea's gone out of your head. Now, let's do a podcast. It's been a few hours.
Wait a minute. You do that about twice a week.
Sometimes I do it to myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I've got out of that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I want to come up with an idea that is so Matthew John sounding and so stupid, but I can't think of anything dumb enough. And so the best I can come up with is that we should play a best of 17 grand final series that involves every single team in the competition.
I've heard people say we should have a best of grand final series, hey?
Stupid.
Yeah, it is dumb. You know,
what's another idea? We should allow the attacking team. These are the things you'll come up with. They've got to be complicated and really, really excruciatingly painful.
Well, it's like, remember that game where Andrew Johns is on the sideline and he says, and a couple of players got sent off and he was like, 11-man rugby league, we should do it. And you didn't hear him again for the rest of the game, which, by the way, happened during Origin too. Andrew Johns was talking and then all of a sudden you didn't hear him for the last 60 minutes of the match.
Yeah. I'd hope someone says, cut his mic. Cut it.
I didn't hear him say anything controversial or anything during the Origin game, because it was mostly just the commentary was mostly just Phil Gould talking non-stop, and every so often Ray Warren would call the game, but he's not seeing things and stuff like that. Like he was saying, "Oh, the ball's been stolen," when it was like a kick that went in and they sort of caught it on a
Well,
ricochet.
to be fair, it is Adelaide Oval, and it's an AFL ground, so they're probably standing like 6 kilometres away from where the action is.
Yeah, and I mean, how old's Ray Warren? He's got to be in his
He's getting on.
He's got to be close to 80.
Yeah, he's getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of great ideas there.
Yeah.
No.
I think that 2 balls, right? You get 5 minutes to have 2 balls on the field. Can you imagine that? Imagine all the amazing attacking plays you could have where the 2 balls from crossing the line.
But it can only be considered a try. Tries when you've got 2 balls on the field are only worth 2 points.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you're not allowed to kick them.
No kicking allowed. No forward passes. I also need to make sure that the defending team is only allowed to have 9 players on the field when defending, and 18 players on the field when they're attacking.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, for the hell of it.
Yeah, why not?
That'll bring the little men back into the game.
I love that phrase. We got to bring the little men back into the game.
Because little men on the field at once.
Yeah.
Be great for rugby league.
What about, how about this? How about this? We replace the salary cap with a height cap. Okay.
Where you get paid per centimetre of height.
No. So you're allowed to have, say you're allowed to have, and I'm just taking a figure off the top of my head. You're allowed to have, say, 35 metres worth of player on the field, right?
Yeah, I get you.
So, and this is to bring not only the little man back to the game, but you could see little people playing on the field.
Yes, like Alan Langer.
Well, no, I'm thinking more wee man.
Oh, okay.
So, because you think about it, you use your height, use your height cap. You got to use it in the right areas. So you might go with like a wee man on the wing.
See,
that lets your other winger be fucking, Sammy Radradra.
Garrick Morgan.
Yeah. See?
Isn't he 200 centimetres tall?
I think he was, yeah.
He'd be great on the wing. Who's going to outleap him?
His
pretty much
defense
everybody because he can't.
Garrick Morgan.
You can't jump, but
Yeah.
2 minutes is a good head start.
Tell me one thing wrong with the height cap.
Oh.
See, you can't.
No, see, the only problem with it is teenagers. If you've got 18 and 19-year-olds in there, there's a chance they might grow, and then you'll go over the cap.
Yeah, but then
you can't exactly go around and cut some ankles off a few players to stay under the cap.
You during the year, right? You have to keep track of the height of your players, and this is all without shoes on because we don't want shoes to come into it. And it's to the height of the top of your head, so you can't have any tall haircuts or anything. So yeah, I think this is the way of the future.
Actually, you should make it so it's the top of the hair, because that will then get rid of all the shit haircuts.
Ooh, that's a good idea, hey?
And that's something we really need to crack down on. That's the one thing Boyd Cordner has got going for him, is he doesn't have a shit haircut. He's just gone, buzz cut that shit, that's it.
I have a feeling Boyd Cordner finds it a little bit difficult to grow hair.
I'm not going there. I'm not having to go over that.
No. And by the way.
Yeah.
Should I even say this? There was a presenter that was on tonight, last night in the Origin.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there was no more grey, a lot of no more grey in the hair. Oh. Now that's all right, but it really stood out under natural light.
Are you naming names?
No. But it wasn't Wally Lewis. So you can rule him out.
Wasn't Wally Lewis?
No.
There you go. All right. There's a bit of a where's Wally, I guess, for our eagle-eyed fans. Go back and check that out.
It definitely wasn't Wally Lewis. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. The intro to Origin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst intro I've ever seen to maybe any sporting event in Australia I've ever witnessed.
They have been for a while, though.
Yeah, but this one was really bad. Like, at one point they had Roy and H.G. Nelson, who I've never really got, but I understand people like them, right? And they gave them, it must have been a good 6 minutes, where they were basically yelling at the TV how State of Origin isn't what it used to be because players can't punch each other. And then they said, I can't wait for the Origin. And then, which was like a contradiction, you know? Like, it's not what it used to be, but, you know, enjoy it.
But that's I actually don't mind Roy and H.G. That's kind of their gig, is they like to contradict themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. It's never done it for me. And it's fine, you know. Not everyone's not supposed to be for everyone. Everyone doesn't get the universal love that you and me get, you know. But why are you so quiet when I say that?
No, I thought you're going on more with the plaudits. I was not going to get involved. I wasn't going to stop you.
Okay, so there was that, but then there was this weird intro by Leighton Hewitt where he did a voiceover and he was talking about how great Adelaide is and Adelaide sport, and they're showing AFL and heaps of AFL and cricket and like all of the sites of Adelaide. If you can name 3 of them, I will quit the podcast right now.
There'd be several churches, the Adelaide Oval, and the bay that smells like a sewage.
They've got a bay? I didn't see a bay.
That's something like that. We went there once on a holiday many years ago, and we said, oh, look, they've got water here and a bit of a beach. We went down there going, the fuck?
Really? Smell?
Yeah, very much on the nose. We went, okay, we won't do that again.
Well, at least you can't drink the water too.
The water's more like soup.
Yeah, I was actually going to do a tweet last night. I'm glad I didn't because I would have got banned. And I was going to say, like, he forgot the pastimes of shoving people into barrels, but I didn't do that because I thought people...
Or into the space in between the walls. They like stuff them in walls as well.
Yeah.
Hard to find them there.
True. But yeah, and it was funny. So I saw somebody on there say that Adelaide Oval is beautiful or iconic or something.
It was.
And so I said, I tweeted, it's a fucking dump. Just because I could.
Just because you could. It was a lovely ground. Yeah, I can see that there are a lot of people who'd be really pleased with how it looks now, and I can get that, and I can appreciate that, but I always preferred the way it used to be.
Yeah.
But, you know, I am just a bit of a stickler for the way things were.
I can't remember what Adelaide Oval looked like. I can remember what it looks like now, but I wouldn't go there.
No, I'm not going there anytime soon.
Although the South Australian government paid quite a whack to get State of Origin there, and
that's the thing. They would have done that knowing that at the time there was no coronavirus in Australia. They would have done that thinking, right, we're going to get a ton of people from interstate coming here. It's going to be great for our tourism.
Yeah, well, I saw an advert today on TV promoting tourism in Adelaide, and all I could think of was like, I'll pay money to never have to go to Adelaide for the rest of my life. So
it's a bit. I don't want to hurt their feelings. It's a bit brown.
Brown? What do you mean brown?
Plain, dull, boring.
Okay.
If brown was any good a colour, it'd be in the rainbow.
Yeah.
But the rainbow looked at brown and went, nah, we're okay. And this is Adelaide. It's just a bit dull. Yeah. Brisbane's kind of the same.
Yeah, I don't think Brisbane, people don't realise that Brisbane's shit.
It's boring. I lived there for 2 years. And if someone ever said to me, what's something you can do in Brisbane? I go, leave?
Yeah, leave. I remember.
Or you suggest them to go to places that aren't in Brisbane. I go to the Sunshine Coast. I go to Movie World. It's down near Gold Coast. Go somewhere an hour and a half away from Brisbane. That's pretty much the only suggestion you can give them.
Steve Irwin Zoo. That's the closest good thing.
Well, that's also near the Sunshine Coast somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brisbane is like the only thing you can really do is get a picture at Wally Lewis's statue, and that's it.
Yeah. Maybe.
So we've there's two major markets in Australia we've managed to piss off. That's good.
Yeah, but they're insignificant ones.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting big in India, by the way.
We love India.
Yeah, India's great. If you're listening to us in India, we love you. India is a beautiful place, the subcontinent. Great at cricket. Hope you play rugby league at international level one day.
They've actually played an international rugby league game.
Have they?
What's not an official one? They beat Colombia 30-16, and that was in Brisbane.
Wow, they kicked the shit out of Colombia. Good stuff, India.
Yeah, and they've got Suktak Mali scored 3 tries.
Nice.
Yeah.
What position did he play? Does it say?
Oh yeah, he was a centre.
Nice. Here's the Indian Steve Renouf.
Yeah. You know what the other thing is? Is that Colombia had to play with an extra player on the bench and they still couldn't get the job done. That's how good India was.
Wow. India. 17 players and they got it done.
Yeah, against 18 of Colombia.
Yeah.
Sharma, he even missed 3 goals just to try and give Colombia a chance.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard that his kicking's a lot better than it used to be.
Oh yeah, he's only new to the game, but he's getting a lot better.
Yeah.
But
what year was that game?
That game was last year in July.
Wow, good stuff.
Should have been televised, but who wasn't?
Should have been. We would have watched it if we could have.
Absolutely.
Indian Rugby League is on the up.
It's on the up and up.
Do you know they make iPhones in India now?
Well, they only make the important bits. They leave all the crappy sticking it all together crap for the Americans to do because they know that the Americans can't do anything too complicated.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. we just got rid of the American market as well.
Yeah. We used to be big in the American market, Andrew.
Oh, Canada loves us.
Canada does love us.
Yeah, do you know, we love you, Canada.
So we do love Canada. We're going to have some Canadians on very soon. The way that our listener markets go, obviously Australia is first, Great Britain is second, Canada's third, and the United States is right behind them, but it's coming on strong. Like our listenership in the United States is starting to grow pretty quick. The next one, really, in terms of speed that it's grown, is India.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get the India love, but it's there.
Well, they like our personalities and the way that we give it to them straight,
That's pretty much it. Yeah, Canada is really good. I'm just checking out the stats at the moment, see if there's any other. Russia. We've got a few in Russia.
Yeah.
Japan. They can't understand us, but they think that we're going good.
They can understand me because I speak Japanese.
That's right. I can't. I do like their chicken katsu curry though.
Yeah, it's good.
Best feed I've ever had is that.
I love sushi. Hey, I've told my sushi story, haven't
I? I think so. Yes. I can't remember.
I probably have.
What else has been going on? Oh yeah, Anthony Seibold tried to get an assistant coaching gig at Newcastle, and they went no.
Why would they? Yeah, why would they do that? I saw that there was an article saying that Ponga has a clause in his contract at the end of next season that he could move clubs if he wanted to.
Yep.
And that it's a shock and everything, and it's like no, they literally signed off on the contract. They know it's there.
Yeah. So, they allowed that to happen.
Yeah, not a shock at all.
Not one iota.
No.
You know who might take him on?
Who?
Just as a, I'm just throwing this out there. There's nothing linked to it at this stage.
Yeah.
I'm basing this purely on the teams that's going to have the money to throw an offer at him, and that's going to be Cronulla.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Would he want to go to Cronulla though?
If someone's going to throw $1.5 million at you, do you really give a shit what jumper you wear?
I would. Because I know that I can get $1.5 million from most clubs if I'm him.
Yeah, but most clubs don't have $1.5 million to spend.
Yeah, but you know what they're like. Like, say he rings up North Queensland tomorrow and he says, "Look, I'm homesick. The Knights are going to let me out of my contract. I'm only going up there for $1.5 million. I bet that Valentine Holmes would end up at Cronulla next year, and fucking Ponga would be back up there alongside Benji Marshall, Jason Tamalolo. It'd work out. That's how this shit works."
That's how it works.
Yeah.
There you go. That's something that's I suppose that's going to dominate the season next year.
Most likely. Why would you talk about? Why would the fucking journalists talk about football?
Well, that's right. And, James Hood Ornament will turn his attention from shitting all over Latrell Mitchell to shitting all over Kalen Ponga.
Most likely.
You're going about Kalen Ponga's ice cream being expensive or some shit.
He was seen driving an expensive car.
Yeah,
and that means he's not like you. He drives expensive cars.
I saw him on a $400 million fucking Harley Davidson.
Exactly.
Yeah, so tune in for that. That's going to happen. That's something to get excited about.
Yeah, we can get angry about that for a good 4.5 months.
Oh, mate, that's going to be a good bloody 20 episodes there at least. Shit on that prick again.
Tune in for everything from May onwards.
Yeah. May till November when he signs his next contract. The Roosters have signed Adam Kieran from the Warriors as the replacement for Kyle Flanagan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they've replaced one good young halfback with another decent young halfback. So now the next question is, who do they replace Kieran with in the end of next year?
Or even like who do they replace him with before next season starts? Well, because you know what the Roosters are like. It's funny, the Roosters have this thing where they get players to go to the club, right? And it's like they hypnotise them. And they make these players be like, oh, it's such a great club. They're so good to the players. Right up until the point where they shove you out the door like you're nothing. And they do it to all of them.
Yeah. It's crazy how they do that. It's almost like they think, we've got this big production line of players, thanks to other clubs doing all the work, that we can just pick and choose whoever the hell we want. If it doesn't work out, we'll just piss you off and get someone else.
But like, say you're a player and you're signing with them, and they start up with all the bullshit. Wouldn't you just say, look, cut the crap. You fucking pay me money, and you'll pay me money right up until the day that you think that you can get someone better, and then you'll try and push me elsewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for a lot of these players, I think, I'm going to a club that's played in a few grand finals in a row now and won them. So there might be a chance for me to go there and win a premiership, and that's the quick, easy way of getting there and doing it. And
yeah,
so they tend to just shut up and play along with it, and then it doesn't happen. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Now, there was one other bit of story, I suppose, to come out of Origin.
Mm-hmm.
And I say story because it's kind of a complete non-event.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to bring it up because it's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Walker, Payne Haas, Josh Adokar, and Dane Gagai did not sing the national anthem.
Oh, didn't they?
Apparently not. You know what? Who cares?
That's weird.
I have no issue with them not singing it, and I don't care what their reasons are. Who gives a shit?
Who are the players again?
Cody Walker, Payne Haas, Josh Adokar, and Dane Gagai.
Okay. All right.
So, I don't know the full mix of Payne Haas's background. I do know he's got Filipino in him.
Yeah, he's like the biggest part Filipino person on planet Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's nothing I'd love more than to see him come out and play for the Philippines in rugby league match, because they do have an international side.
It'd be so good.
That would change their ranking real fast.
Yeah, really, really. I reckon, like, him by himself, I reckon he would be worth 5 rankings positions at least.
at least. Imagine that. Like, Philippines says, right, we're going to take on Thailand in our annual contest. Thailand's like, yeah, we've got one or two guys that have been doing a bit extra work in the gym. We reckon we can take you on this time. Said, yeah, we've got Payne Haas. And like, oh, fuck.
How about you're over in the Philippines, right? You're half drunk. Somebody says, oh, yeah, I'm the coach of the Philippines rugby league team. We're trying to get together a squad we can oppose. And you're like, oh, yeah, I've played a bit of rugby league. I'll go against you just for fun, where he's at. Oh, yeah, see you tomorrow. Turn up, Payne Haas is getting strapped up. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant you needed someone to run the water for you. It's crazy. Yeah, there's nothing else. The only thing I heard is that the referee Sutton blew full time early. Did that happen?
He called. Look, he blew full time. It was clear that the Queenslanders were not going to get off the target player. He blew full time, and there was 1 second left on the clock that was there for Channel 9. But that clock is not the official game clock. No. The official game, and we've been through this shit so many times before. The official game clock is the official game clock.
Oh, boy.
It's the same fucking stories over and over again sometimes in rugby league, eh?
It is. What other rugby league news was there?
Well, there was some news out of the United Kingdom where they're currently trying to screw the Catalan Dragons out of playing in the finals.
I think, did we cover this?
Yeah, we did. And then because they're saying they need a 12th team next year, Toulouse is saying like, well, we're the obvious next choice. We're ready to go straight away. But the Super League has come out and said, well, we haven't actually got a criteria together for what we want out of that 12th team just yet. So hold your horses, because you might not be what we're looking for. I know what they're looking for. I think they're looking for a team that has no juniors, no financial stability,
no future.
You can get a taxi to from Leeds and it costs you less than 10 quid.
Pretty much. Yeah. Also, Salford lost 3 wins because they went broke 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all going well. Hulk AR isn't even playing anymore.
It's going great guns.
Yeah. I think I have a feeling that I read the other day where they're officially finishing the season and starting the finals.
Yeah, they're playing this weekend.
Yeah.
To determine the final ladder placings and the league leader.
Yeah.
They've decided that they're going to scrap the minimum games requirement.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So Catalans can actually make the finals now.
That's good.
If they're allowed to play.
Yeah.
And after all this negativity, they also came out this week with a look over their announcement, which was talking about how they will have a 12-season competition in 2021. It'll be 27 rounds. Blah 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 blah. Why do they have 27 rounds for 12 teams? It's so stupid.
Because that's all I've got.
If they want to have 27 rounds, get bloody 14 teams in the competition or something, or you can't have 27 rounds. It's just stupid.
I am so out on Super League, I'm willing to not cover it anymore. I just don't care. I don't care about some tiny little regional bullshit competition in Northern England. I just don't care.
I care about the game of rugby league, the players and the fans. So I'm happy to keep talking about it, but I'm not going to be saying anything positive about the people who run it because they are just killing it.
Yep.
And I want to correct a few things too, because I think I may have been saying the RFL an awful lot in the last episode. It's actually Super League. There has been a thing where Super League has separated itself from the RFL.
Mm-hmm.
So the RFL now has the same amount of power when it comes to voting, as we have with Toronto, as one Super League club, which is stupid.
Well, the Super League clubs wanted more say about the Super League competition because they wanted to be able to control the financial situation and all that a lot better. And so now it's allowed them to make decisions that are based purely on, how to make the biggest and most financially robust competition, and they fucked it.
Well, here's how you work that, okay? So it works out. You say, right, all you Super League teams, you all combine, and you get one vote at the table. The Super League boss, you act on behalf of Super League, you get one vote at the table. The RFL, you get two votes at the table, and then everyone in the lower grades, so League One and Championship, you both guys also get one vote each. That way, every club's getting an equal say, and the RFL has the deciding vote. That would be the only way to make it work, so the clubs can have their say.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Super League dominates every other club there, and they will make a decision that suits them and no one else. And that's what we've seen here.
I'll be honest, I don't care anymore.
Oh, no.
Like, I know people will be upset by that. You can't force me to care about something I don't care about, and I don't care anymore about Super League. Who gives a shit?
Exactly. Anything else? Have we had any emails?
That's pretty much it. Oh, we did get an email. Let me get the email. Hang on. Let me go to my email, because we got an email from one of our very, very committed listeners.
Oh, good. You know what I'd be thinking would be really good?
Mm-hmm.
If some telecommunications business would get in touch with us and give us a faster internet access so we could open the emails up quicker.
That would be bloody awesome. So, Andy sent us an email.
Oh, good old Andy.
Yes, Andy said, "Gentlemen, just thought I'd drop you an email so that if you've got something to read out." That's very nice of you, Andy. He said a couple of comments for you to ponder. One, will Dave Donaghy make any difference at the Broncos? I believe he was the CEO at the Storm, and he's going up to the Broncos now.
Correct.
Yes. So I think that, look, it's a step in the right direction. It depends if they allow him to make changes or not. And the changes normally get pushed by football club boards at the moment anyway.
I'll say this, he's a very good operator, and he's not the sort of operator that wants to be in the media all the time. He just wants to run a club.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the right person you need running the Broncos at the moment. They can't be out there trying to play things out in the media. They need to sit there, buckle down, sort their shit out, fix things up, and start moving in the right direction. I think he's the absolutely best choice for that club.
Yeah, I agree. I just hope that he's given the ability to do his job and he doesn't get no's. He needs to get, yes, do what you think's best. Yes, do what you think's best. Second, any insight on whether the Rugby Football League could work with the NRL to set up a rival competition to Super League with the Wolfpack, Ottawa, New York, Catalans, Toulouse, and a few English-based teams not currently in Super League, and call it Northern League just to piss off the M62ers?
You know, I've had a thought about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a much simpler situation. The RFL should just make Championship their number one priority and run that the way they see fit, and get Toronto involved in that as well as those other expansion teams you mentioned.
Yeah.
And just have Championship and League One, make them have the same number of teams each, and just say, right, we're just going to focus on these two comps. And that can be their rebel league. Just distance themselves from Super League. So, you know what? If you want to have what you've got, bam. What you've got now is all you get. And we're not going to give you any more clubs. We're going to go get our own TV rights, do our own sponsorship. We'll do our own thing. You go do your own shit. We'll see who survives. And I wouldn't be surprised if the RFL remains solvent and running for a lot longer than the Super League does.
I'm just thinking, like, what would Super League's answer to that be?
If you cut off promotion and relegation into Super League, yeah, I reckon that would hurt them, because that's the only thing they've got that brings in new faces all the time, is having a new team come in every year. It's like, oh, I wonder how this team will go. That's the only thing that creates any interest, because no one's wondering who's going to win the premiership. It's the same freaking 2 or 3 teams every year.
True.
So the only unique factor is the new team that comes up. And you think of the things that have interested you in the last few years about it, it's been, you know, when Toronto came up, it's been every time, when Lee came up for the first time in a long time. You know, it's like, oh, finally. And then, you know, Widnes got up there. It's like, oh, finally, they're back in there. And you got excited about the new team coming in. You didn't get excited about who was going to win the title. That doesn't excite anyone.
Well, look, I've said that and it's kind of hard to do because of the COVID situation at the moment, but I've said I think it would be not the worst idea for the Toronto Wolfpack to go back to the championship level and be a very, very strong club there. And like the people in Toronto that turned out to games, they turned out to see a championship team. They turned out to see championship games, and they enjoy the atmosphere at those games. And I understand that the backers want to be in Super League because it's that's what they want. I get it. They're allowed to want what they want, but
well, it's the top level. It gets all the it gets the TV. I guess it's easy to get a TV deal. Something that's in the top level.
Yeah, true. And you get different level of player and things like that as well. But I don't know. I just think the Rugby Football League is so poorly run. I can't imagine them having the backbone to do anything.
True, but I think they've got a better idea of what Rugby League needs to be in the future than what Super League does.
Well, it seems that way.
I know it's not much, but if the NRL to get involved, I'd like to see them get involved with the RFL and not with Super League.
So I don't want to see the NRL get involved at all.
Likewise, I'm just saying if they were to, I'd rather they side with the RFL and not with Super League.
Yeah.
Super League's done nothing about promoting their game.
Not a damn thing. And my feelings with the NRL, and I've probably said it on the podcast, I just think that they'd be throwing good money over bad and it would be all mismanaged and, the NRL would end up getting nothing out of it. Like a lot of big financial backers who have gone in and tried to do stuff in English Rugby League who have all walked away from it because it's a burning black hole of money at the end of the day. It's nice and upbeat. So, third question, Andy had. If you were the player list manager at a fictitious NRL club and you could pick players from any NRL team regardless of contract situation, how would you structure your 30 to fit in the salary cap?
Ooh. Well, I suppose the first thing you realise is that you're going to be spending the bulk of your cash on spine players. So you need to try and find out where you can save a bit of coin there and still get quality.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I'd do is I say, right, I'm buying Harry Grant.
Oh, really?
Yep. Actually, you know what? Because this is, I'm going to have to put a list down. Let me open up something here.
Because I know the first thing I would do.
We'll be putting 15 names here. I can see that happening.
The very first thing I would do to save money is I would go and I'd fly to Fiji and pick up 2 guys off the street.
Yeah, that's easy job, that one.
My new try-scoring wingers. That's very, very simple. You're saving a lot of money there. I think that if I had to pick any young player to build a team around...
What should we call the wingers? Just random Fiji guy 1?
Call them any Fijian number 1 and any Fijian number 2. Because they're just... I don't know why you wouldn't have Fijians on the wing. They're just... Every winger should be Fijian. Every one of them.
Random Fijian 1 and random Fijian 2. Okay. Harry Grant at 9.
When we're working for the Brisbane Bombers... I know you've got shares in the Brisbane Bombers, but when we're both working for the Brisbane Bombers, we've got a scouting trip, it's called. It's very serious stuff. And we're going to Fiji and we're going to get some wingers in Fiji for the Brisbane Bombers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's go through. Okay, so we've got the wingers and we've got the hookers sorted. Who's going to be fullback?
Now, see, fullback's the hardest position for me to pick. Like I'm putting together everything else before I get to my fullback.
Okay, well we can do that. Who's your centres?
Okay, centres is another one. I don't care about my centres. You know, the next thing here's what I do. We're going to have different philosophies, which is cool, right? So you'd go straight for your spine and put all your money into your spine, yeah?
Not always, no. I think you need at least two star players in your spine who are genuine playmakers.
Mm-hmm.
You can work around that.
See, if I could pick any player in the NRL right now, I'd pick Nathan Cleary. He's young. He's a goal kicker. He's my boy. And then the next thing I'm doing, apart from my Fijian wingers, is I am building out a forward pack that has a heap of depth and that is...
Will you allow me to suggest the back row?
Go for it.
Kickout, Wade Graham, Tormalolo.
I tell you what, you're aiming way too high for where I'm going. I am looking for players that are... I'm looking for value for money players. Because I think...
You don't want to have a whole thing full of value for money players, though. You've got to have a few stars in there.
I know, but you got to hear me out, right? I'm looking for a value for money pack because I think that right now the forward depth in the NRL is absolutely outstanding. And I think that you can get a bunch of very, very good forwards together for not an outrageous price.
Right. We've got 13 places to fill outside the top 17.
Yeah.
You can put them all there.
Yeah. But see,
I just want 3 top line back rows.
See, and look, this is the different philosophy you and me have in building a team.
This is sensible.
I'm sensible.
No, you've been too thrifty.
You're coming in,
mate. You've been sleepy.
You are coming in, right? You're dropping all you're blowing your wad, okay, which is a poker term. You're blowing your wad on like 2 or 3 players straight out the gate.
Cool.
And you're going to be you're like bench. You're going to be like, oh, is fucking Jordan Rankin still playing? He can go on my bench.
No. Let's be honest, okay? You've just spent about $2 million on Nathan Cleary.
I'm happy with that. I think that's an investment.
Harry Grant's probably won't even be on $500,000 a year. So that for me was a budget for money selection.
Whoa. If you think fucking Harry Grant is signing with your team for less than $500,000, you are fucking tripping balls, my friend.
Mate, he just wants to play.
He doesn't. He wants to pay and get fucking paid.
We'll give you, mate. You got to remember, I come from the West Tigers mindset. Everything is back-ended.
He's been parking his fucking Corolla next to Benji's Lotus for 12 months now.
You put him on a 5-year term. First year, $250,000. Second year, $500,000. Third year, $750,000. Fourth year, $1 million.
Listen,
Fifth year, $25 million. He will not say no.
If he is going to sign for that, if he will sign for that smaller fucking deal, I'll be fucking signing him with my budget team.
He's in, mate. Lock him in.
I know what your plan is. Your plan is to lock him into a 15-year deal, and then when he retires, give him a big lump sum of money that you think will work under the salary cap. I know how you West Tigers work.
That's how it works. It's perfectly fine, mate. Every club does it. Justin Potato said so.
So you've got Harry Grant, who's paying you basically to play footy.
Exactly.
He turns up at the negotiation table and said, Harry, I'm building an entire team around you. What do you want? He says, can I get my name on a fucking locker?
I'll just get one of those things where you can type the name in on those little plastic strips that would be really big in the 80s.
Yeah,
I'll put that up there.
I know what you're talking about with the little wheel on top.
Yeah, that's the one. Click, 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 click. Yeah, I'll give you one of those. I've picked the back row. Okay, you can pick the props.
So I'm not thinking of current players though.
No,
really.
You can pick whoever you want, man.
I'm looking at the future.
Yeah, do that. But you've got to have some current players. You've got to have some for the future. That's why I picked Harry Grant.
Okay.
You need experience, man. You can't be all rookies. Rookies will not get you to a grand final. Look at Penrith.
Okay. The fuck did you just say? Okay, here's my front rowers, right? Zane Tedovano.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
And Fisher Harris.
Well, that's fair enough.
Okay.
You can also pick the centres, the 5'8", and the fullback.
The 5'8" is Matt Burton.
Can I suggest a fullback then that sits in with your model?
Go for it.
Caleb Akins.
Do you know that he's left the Panthers?
I do know that.
Yeah. I feel like I want a more experienced fullback, hey?
Could have the future. I need experience. Mate, you're flip-flopping around. What are you doing?
Listen, I've got I've got two young halves, and I've got two pretty fucking good second rows, and
No,
two
I
fucking
got the
Fijian
second
wingers.
rows. You got the props.
All you've got is fucking Harry Grant that's playing in the fucking St. Vincent de Paul's Tigers. All right.
He's a good man. He'll take it. He'll take it. I know Harry. He's good for it, mate. He's good for it. Who you got in the centres?
My centres,
Michael Jennings?
Jennings. Seriously, they're playing out of their skin, you should say.
And Bronson Cherry.
Okay. Who would my centres be?
Well, it's not going to be someone from New South Wales, sadly. They don't have any.
Even Queensland didn't do well. You know who fucking carved up New South Wales out wide? Capewell, playing in the centres.
Yeah, that's nuts. Let's put him on the bench.
Capewell.
Yeah, I do like Capewell.
He'd be a handy signing.
He would be very handy.
Okay, so you just hang on. Ring. My phone's ringing. Hang on. Okay, it's Cronulla. They're on the phone. They say they think they've got a solution for you at fullback, and they're willing to pay 40% of his salary.
No.
Okay.
Oh, unless they're talking about Will Kennedy.
Are you talking about Will Kennedy? They hung up. Sorry.
Cunt.
Yeah.
All right, so who's the fullback and who are the centres?
You pick some players.
I got chastised for picking 4 players.
No, you fucking got chastised because apparently Harry Grant's on a minimum wage. Like, what the fuck is that, man?
He is, man. He is.
At least I made someone a fucking multi-millionaire every 6 months.
Every 6 months. All right, so who should we have a fullback?
Fullback. Who'd be a good fullback? Well,
Brimson?
he played outstanding last night. I think, you know what, he's added hundreds of thousands to his value just in that game last night.
So that's a no?
I don't think you can afford him.
Okay. Corey Thompson.
Come on now. We've put together a first grade team here.
Darius Boyd.
What about? Let me think.
You haven't given me a reason not to put Aikens in there.
Look, you can put Aikens in there then. Okay.
Okay. Done.
Centres. Centres. What about?
You can pick anyone here because they'll all be cheap. Who are the West Tigers got a centre other than Joey Laulua? Because he's not cheap.
Mosen Bai.
Ooh, that's a hard no.
Be some good centres. Could you get? Would you splash out on a Stephen Crichton?
Would you need to splash much on him though?
I think you would, yeah. I think that Penrith will keep Stephen Crichton, and he'll be on some good money.
Would Naden be cheaper?
Naden would be cheaper. I think you'd get Naden.
Should we put him in there?
Look, I'd be willing to go with Naden. I love Naden. He's one of my favourite players.
There's quite a distinct Penrith flavour about this team.
Yeah, I'm basically just picking the Panthers side, hey?
I think everyone here except for Random Fijian 1 and 2 and Harry Grant and Jason Tuimalolo. Other than those 4 players, the other 10 have all played for Penrith.
How the fuck did we get Jason Tuimalolo? Where did he turn up?
No, I named the back row, and he's part of the back row. I just want to see those 3 players together destroying teams for a few years.
It would be pretty cool to see, hey? Here's the best back row you could have in rugby league, right?
Yep.
David Fafita, Kikau, and Taumalolo. That would be just unstoppable.
Could we put David Fafita at centre?
Wonder how he'd go at centre.
He
I
could
think
probably
he'd be
do it.
wasted, hey?
He probably would be. Tyrone Peachy.
I reckon you could probably get him at an alright price.
Should we put him on the bench?
Yeah.
All right.
This is just Penrith.
It's just former Penrith players.
Yeah.
Should we put Benji Marshall on the bench? Let's put him at 30th man because he'll be cheap and we may never need to use him.
Yeah. Back up for Burton in case. You sign bench and you say, listen, we brought Burton. Don't know how he's going to go. You might end up playing fullback, but you're going to get a start this year.
Maybe. Centre. Let's try and pick someone who's never ever been to Penrith at centre.
Okay. Never been to Penrith. What about Branko Lee?
No.
No, I don't like Branko Lee as a centre. Okay, I'm getting a phone call. You get a phone call. Oh, it's a French number. Okay, yeah. And you promised not to say anything about your religion on Twitter. Will you play centre? Okay. Would you sign Israel Folau as a centre?
I would. How much is he asking?
How much do you want, Israel?
Actually, no. You should rephrase that and say, "Have you paid all of your financial costs, or your legal costs?"
Are you still getting some of that ARU coin? You still getting that payout? Good stuff. Will you sign the same deal? I tell you what, I promise, I'll give you as much money as we're paying Harry Grant. How about that? Okay, it's a deal. All right, you swear on the Bible. Okay, see you soon, buddy. Okay, Israel Folau, centre.
Done. Now, I want to pick a backup hooker who's a youngster and not on a huge coin. That'd be Braden Brayley. Is that Blake Brayley? Sorry, Blake Brayley.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. What else are we going to put in there? There's a few Sharks forwards I don't mind, like Talakai, Rudolph, Hamlin Ueli.
So imagine adding Rudolph to the forwards that we've got in Tadavano and James Fisher-Harris.
Mm.
I mean, that's a bloody good rotation.
Bloody oath it is.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just putting those in there because I feel like it.
Okay. We got two. Oh yeah, we got Naden and Folau.
Now we need 10 players. These are all part of our depth players.
Oh, just depth.
Yep.
See, I just pillaged Panthers lower grades. That's what I would do. Dane Laurie, get him.
I want to give you a challenge, and that is we should try and get at least one player from every NRL club to fill in these last 10 spots.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Let's go to the NRL website then and look through the squads. Actually, you go to players, don't you?
Yeah, just can't. Well,
go to teams. So let's look at some players. Bulldogs, all right.
Harry Grant's a Melbourne Storm player, so I don't need that one. I think we've got someone from Penrith.
Who?
Tedavano, I think, comes from Penrith.
Oh, yeah, but you okay, so you want a play from every, I see what you mean. Okay,
yeah.
All right. So we've got no Bulldogs yet, have we?
Yeah, let's not make it too hard to start with.
What if you go to Dallin Watini Selesniak and you say, listen, hasn't worked out for you at the Dogs, right? You're playing like garbage. We think we can resurrect your career. We've got a couple of Panthers in the side. What do you reckon?
What, as a fullback or as a winger?
Just as a depth player.
As a depth player, mate.
Yeah, I'm saying to him, look, come here. We'll see how it works out. We got a couple of... He's going to say, what position? I'll say, look, we got some two Fijian dudes here. I'm sure you can beat out them on the wings. No, you won't. You don't like it?
Nah. There's not many at the Bulldogs to choose from that are that are decent players. Will Hopewadi's one, but we don't need him. Lachlan Lewis is probably not too bad, but we'll have other depth players.
Can we get Jaden Ockenbaugh in the 17?
Not in the 17. We can probably get him somewhere else in the team.
No, he's all right. I don't want him in the team. What about...
No, I just can't think of anyone they've got. Yeah, Jeremy Marshall-King? At least he's got a bit of versatility, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, no. What if you rang up Josh Jackson and said, "Hey, Josh, mate, is this how you want to finish your career, really? Look at what we're building here.
We'll give you $7.50 for every minute you play."
How much do you reckon you'd have to pay Josh Jackson to leave?
$7.50.
You reckon?
I don't know, man. He'll be 30 next year.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's look at the let's look at the Dragons. Ugh.
The Dragons have got decent players, but a lot of them are going to be overpaid.
I know.
How about young Sailor?
Well, he's the first player I thought of, but he's got some issues that he's got to deal with first.
He does.
So I don't want to have anything to do with that.
Yeah. Zach Lomax, but he's probably going to be... Do you reckon it'd be pricey?
Zach Lomax? Ooh, you know what? I feel like he would want more than he could actually get.
Let me say this. Do you think he'd want more than Folau?
No.
So would Lomax be a better option than Folau?
Well, who would you rather have?
Lomax.
I'd rather have Folau, hey?
Lomax will last longer.
True. I'd still rather have Folau, though.
Fair enough.
That's just my feelings. Do you reckon you could get Paul Vaughan for cheap?
Maybe. Who else have they got in here?
Didn't Jaden Sullivan? He had a really good game at the end of the year. He looked really good. Now we got too much depth in the halves.
Yeah, we want to try and get away from that a little bit.
Yeah.
Ravalawa.
I reckon you'd get him for an alright price. Jason Saab won it out of the Dragons earlier this year. What do you reckon about him?
Yeah, let's go with him.
Okay. I feel like you could lure him with the thought that he could beat out your two unknown Fijians.
Yeah, exactly.
But chances are he won't. No one's beating them Fijians. They're so good.
Chance.
Okay. Newcastle.
I was going to say, we need someone from Manly, don't we?
Yeah, we'll get there. Have we got any Knights? We got no Knights.
Alrighty, we'll go with Knights. Who have they got there? Mitch Barnett's not too bad.
Tex Hoy.
Yeah, he's not. Bradman Best.
You know what? I think Bradman Best would be. I think he's going to get a lot of money. Hey, I think he's going to get more money than Kotrick got.
Oh.
There you go.
Let's have a look here. Who else we got? Mason Lino. Mitchell Pearce. He wouldn't be after much money, would he? Callum Ponga.
Callum Ponga. I feel like we've blown our bolt with the...
Yeah, we don't need Callum Ponga anyway.
Yeah, he'd be a lot of money.
Yeah. Clemmer, he'd be pricey.
Clemmer would be pricey, yeah.
So I reckon it's between, let's say, Mitch Barnett, Lachlan Fitzgibbon, Tex Hoy, Bradman Best.
Lachlan Fitzgibbon.
Okay,
put him in. I bet this team is so far over the cap, it's ridiculous.
No, it's okay. I'm good with numbers. I'll sort it.
Okay, have we got any Rabbitohs?
No.
We'll get a second set of books. Corey Allen.
Has he been cut by the club now?
I don't think so.
There was talk he was on the outer.
Really? Wow. Oh, you'd get him then, wouldn't you?
Corey Allen, Stephen Masters.
You know what? I called him in the lower grades. He's very good, Stephen Masters.
We won't get Jack Johns, not because of anything he's done, but we just don't want the baggage that comes with the rest of his family.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sorry, mate.
Um,
Not your fault. You don't get to pick him.
do you reckon we could get Mark Nichols?
Yeah, although he's 30.
Still, you know what? Get that rotation. I see. I'm all about your forward rotation. I get your half back sorted, or a chief playmaker, and then I'm straight about the forwards. That's the way I look at things.
Alrighty.
That's just me, though.
That sounds good. I'm good with that.
We've got different philosophies on how we build teams, which is interesting.
Not too much. Not too much. We share a lot of philosophies on that. Okay, who's next?
Roosters. Have we got Roosters? I don't think we do.
No.
Well, who are they going to want to get rid of? How about
Ryan Hall?
Ryan Hall.
He'd be happy to get a bloody a Nando's chicken meal every weekend for lunch, I reckon.
Just one. Have you seen him? What about Matt Ikavalu? We go to him. Matt, remember all them fucking tries you scored in that game, and then they never used you again? Fuck that, man. You come and play for us. The fucking the Mad Quackers, dude.
The Mad Quackers. That's who we are. Who else have they got there?
I reckon you'd get Jared Warrior-Hargraves off him, hey?
Yeah, you get him pretty easily.
Mm.
Would he come cheap?
I think he'd come cheap enough. I think they'd pay part of his salary.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. Have we got a Shark? Yeah, we got a Shark.
Yeah, we've got a few Sharks in there.
Okay. We got a Titan? Yeah, we got a Titan.
Who'd we get? Oh, Peachy.
Yeah, Peachy. Did we get a West Tiger?
Yeah, right. Oh, you've got Benji.
Oh, yeah, we got Benji. Yeah, he counts.
That'll qualify.
We got a Bronco?
No.
Okay, let's get a Bronco in there.
Xavier Coates.
I think he'd be too much.
Nah.
He would.
No way.
He played good last night.
Yeah, I like his style. Who else we got here then?
What about let me look through here. You'd get Jack Bird for cheap, but that's just that just puts your rehab doctor under the pump.
Yeah, you don't actually get anything there.
Yeah.
Corey Oates.
You'd probably get him. I was thinking, I like Joe Offengowie. Look, I'm going for all forwards. Look at me.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get any injuries to the backs.
To the backs or the halves?
Because we'll be fucked. Herbie Farnworth.
Yeah, actually, let's go him.
There we go. We've solved the back steps issue there.
Okay, we got a Cowboy because you wanted Taumalolo.
Yeah, he's in.
I don't know how the fuck we're paying him, but okay.
He's easy.
So we're looking at just like now we're really filling out our squad. Like we're getting to these are just cheap players that you hope you don't need to use them, right?
Pretty much, yeah. These guys are just filling space now.
Okay, Eels. Clinton Gutherson.
That would be a no.
But you get him because you're hoping you never use him.
Yeah, but we don't need any kings in the team.
Holy shit, Jordan Rankin's in here.
In where?
In the fucking Eels squad on the NRL website.
He didn't play this year, so he doesn't count.
I know, but how crazy is that?
I do remember they signed him now. What the hell is that about?
Okay, let me think.
Do you have anyone who wouldn't be expensive?
Oregon Kafusi?
That's true. Hayes Dunster?
Could get
George Jennings.
George Jennings.
Jeez, he'd come on the cheap.
I think he went to Penrith, didn't he?
He might have done. Ray Stone. Will Smith.
He's here and I like it. Let's get Will Smith, former Panther.
Yeah, it's another one.
Okay, we've done we got like 17 Panthers already. So now we're looking at the Raiders. Have we got a Raider?
No, so we've got 4 spots left, and the 4 teams left are Canberra, Warriors, Manly, and the Dogs.
Okay, so Raiders. Who do we want from the Raiders?
They had a bunch of players that played in that last game of the year against Cronulla. Remember, it was a bunch of rookies.
You know what? They've. How about this? I've got a 98 kilogram, 21-year-old Fijian winger. Semi Valemei.
Yeah, I like him. He's in.
Can't say his name.
You know what's good about him? He'd be great for promos because he's got a big smile on him.
He does. So do all Fijians. Have you ever seen a Fijian rugby league player that didn't look like they just enjoyed every second of playing rugby league?
Yeah, that one from Melbourne.
What one? Vunivalu?
Yeah, he's always cranky.
You reckon?
Yeah, he's a cranky man.
Yeah, he is a little bit cranky.
I do like him though. I like seeing him being angry.
Well, he's going to be really angry when he gets He's going to get fucking frostbite playing rugby union. Okay, we're at the Seagulls now.
Yes, Manly. Are we still chasing forwards, or are we? Because
we need backs, don't we?
That Josh Schuster played very well in his one game at 5'8". And he would be very cheap if he's only played one game.
Okay, yeah, get him.
And that covers the halves if we ever get an injury.
Now we've got a Stormer in the what's his name? The hooker.
Yeah, Harry Grant.
Yeah, he owes us money, by the way, for the first season.
That's right. And, Warriors and the Dogs.
We've done the Dogs. Didn't we get
Who? I didn't write anyone's name down.
I thought didn't we get Watini Zalesniak? I thought we got someone.
Oh, you were serious about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I don't feel bad here.
Warriors is the last one then.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Are you looking for a forward or a back or a half or a fullback or what?
I am looking for. I guess you got it. I don't know. I think we've got enough good forwards. I like what we've done with the halves.
Yep.
I like our outside backs even.
All right. There's a few young guys. Paul Turner's a very good young fullback. And there's Hayes Perham who can play in the halves and a fullback. They're the 2 young rising stars, I guess. Mm-hmm. In the forwards, you've got Eli Katoa. He played a fair few games this year.
I wonder if Tohu Harris wants to come back to Australia, play for the Mad Quackers.
Oh, he'd be awesome.
He would be he's exactly the player I want. Hey, someone that's just play a little bit wide. At a push, you could chuck him in the centres. You know.
Put him anywhere, man. He's just rips in.
You know what? I would have had Harris Tavita, but I think that he'd be too much.
Yeah. I do like Tohu Harris. Should we put him in?
Yeah, all right. Let's do it.
Okay. And I've just had a look, and this team comes in $3 under the salary cap.
Nice. Is that on the official books?
That's official, man, because the random Fijians are not being paid much, so we're pretty much only playing for 28 players.
That's true.
Benji Marshall's only on about $7.50.
So who is our first? Who's our top lineup?
Our top lineup, well,
17.
We've got I haven't named the bench, so I'll try and do that off the top of my head. So we've got Caleb Akins at fullback,
Okay.
Brandon Fijian 1 on the wing,
Yep.
Brent Naden and Israel Folau in the centres,
Yep.
Brandon Fijian 2 on the wing,
Yep.
Burton and Cleary in the halves,
Yep.
front row, Fisher Harris and Tedavano, hooker is Harry Grant, back row, kick out Graham Tormalolo. I've got to make a bench out of this now. Definitely got to have Tohu Harris on the bench.
Yes.
Um,
Got to have Peachy.
Peachy on the bench. Capewell on the bench.
Yep.
And probably a prop. Maybe
Rudolph.
Rudolph or Hamlin Ueli or Warrior Hargraves. One of those three on the bench.
I take Rudolph, hey?
Alrighty. There you go.
Not bad. Man, that side is so far over the cap, it's ridiculous.
$3 under, mate. Trust me. Trust me. It's all good. It's all good. And that team is winning at least the next 17 straight premierships.
I reckon.
Yep.
So the salary cap is what, 9.5 million? I think that's what it is. So 2 of that goes to Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
Harry Grant owes us $250,000 a year for the next 4 years. Israel Folau owes us $250,000 a year for the next 4 years.
We'll put this in, see what we come up with. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, let's do the math on this one, right? So
Tom Malolo's on $1 million a year. We know that.
Okay, so it's 2 million, right?
Yeah.
Minus 500,000, and that's for Grant and what's he?
Oh yeah.
What's the minimum wage in the NRL? Is it 60,000?
Nah, it's 85, I think.
85. Oh man.
Yeah. So Random Fijian one's on 85,000.
Random
the other guy's on 85,000. Who else is on minimum wage here? Schuster.
Who?
Schuster. Manly. Valimi.
Yeah.
Jason Saab.
He probably, I guess he probably would be. He's looking for an opportunity.
We'll give Benji 100,000.
You reckon that's all he's going to want?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
He'll take a deal wherever he can at the moment. Will Smith can have 100,000. I should have given you a list of all of these players, and that would have made my job a bit easier.
I know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Well,
how much would we give Akins?
Akins. Let's give him 160.
Okay.
And then
Naden,
I'm thinking. Yeah, that's a good question with Naden. Man, I don't know what I'd put his market value at.
250.
All right, let's go 250 for now.
That means our centres come to a net cost of $0.
See, this is budgeting.
Matt Burton.
Matt Burton.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think he's going to want to whack. So I'm going to go 380,000.
Fisher Harris.
I think he is going to be worth a bit as well. I reckon 400,000.
Okay. Tedavano.
I'm going to say 300,000.
Kickout.
Oh Jesus!
I'd put him at 700.
Yeah, let's put him at 700. All right.
Hey Graham, I'd say 800.
You would give Wade Graham $800,000?
No, I'd say that's what he's asking.
You reckon? Oh man, if he wanted $800,000, I'd tell him to go fuck himself.
Should we give him 600?
I say Wade. This is what I do. I say Wade, you're old as fuck, right?
He's 28.
Old as, yeah, but it's a hard 28 in rugby league years. So Wade, you're old as fuck, son. Okay, your best years are behind you. You've spent most of your time at the Cronulla Sharks because there's a black mark on your soul. We're giving you 450,000, Wade, to be part of something that's pure and beautiful. Go and ask Israel if that's a good deal.
That's true. Kurt Capewell.
Oh, I know, 280.
Peachy.
Peachy. Oh, yeah. What would I give Peachy? Oh, man, that's a weird one. 180.
180.
Yeah.
Right. Hamlin-Ueli?
I'm saying, Peach, you're a bench warmer, man.
Yeah, earn more.
Yeah.
That'll work. Hamlin-Ueli? 300 for him, I reckon.
You reckon?
Yeah.
All right, give him 300.
Tohu Harris?
Ooh, I reckon he's going to want to whack. I reckon he wants 380.
Yeah, I reckon he's going to want $500,000.
You reckon?
Yeah. And fuck, I'd give it to him.
Would ya?
Yeah, shit, yeah.
I wouldn't.
So
you know what I'd say?
Wait, you reckon 380 then?
I say, listen, you are wasting your career in New Zealand. We both know that. We know where you've been. We know you've been a Storm, right? And now you're a fucking Warrior. What's that worth to you? Come and be a fucking quokka, man.
DWZ?
Minimum wage.
$7.50.
Yeah, an hour. He gets paid by the hour.
Farnworth?
I'd give him $140,000.
JWH?
I sit him down and I say, people think you're a liability and this is your last chance to prove them wrong. And I'm going to pay you $180,000 to do it.
Fair enough. I'm not arguing with these. Mark Nichols?
120.
Talakai?
Minimum.
I'll go 100.
Okay.
Lachlan Fitzgibbon?
120.
Blake
he doesn't
Brayley.
like it, he can go and work in the fucking mines.
And Blake Brayley, young Sharks hooker.
I'm
thinking 200.
Yeah, I was thinking 180, hey. So 200.
Right.
Let's give him 200. We're making $50,000 in our hooker rotation, by the way. That's pretty good.
All right. How much should we actually be paying Israel Folau instead of getting a discount?
Instead of him paying us $250,000.
Yeah.
Look, I think Israel Folau. Let's be serious now. I'll give him $650,000 to rehabilitate himself, and we'll go from there.
Okay. And what did you say the salary cap was worth? 9.5 million?
Isn't it 9.5 million?
So that would leave us with about $400,000 to pay Harry Grant.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's how close. We nailed it.
Yeah.
We're the best.
Told you we'd be under.
We're really good. You know what? If we should put that team up on the Mad Quackers website, hey?
That's it.
Yeah, so keep that team. I'll put it up there.
Everyone will be telling us how we got all the prices for all the players completely wrong.
Yeah, put their prices with them.
That's exactly what people do when you do this. Oh, he's worth more than that. We're going,
he's worth fucking $2 million. Hang on, did we do the price for Taumalolo?
Yeah, we gave him $1 million because that's what he's currently on, isn't it? Didn't he sign a 10-year deal worth $10 million?
Yeah, but I feel like he'd want $1.5 million.
No. He only gets what he's currently on.
Okay. Okay. One of the best forwards of all time. Doesn't want any more money. I'm down with that.
Yeah. That was his decision, not ours.
Can't argue with it.
No, there you go.
How about that?
All right, so, was that the end of the email?
No, he's got another.
He's got another one.
He's got another one.
Keep going.
And he's got another question. Should the ARU thank Peter V'landys for giving cash back to Channel 9 and hence giving them a chance to survive?
Well, yes, but it's only, it's kind of like Super League. It's delaying the inevitable, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how much the deal they're doing with Channel 9 is, but I would suggest that the club grant to 3 NRL clubs is worth more than the Australian Rugby Union's going to get from Channel 9.
I'm assuming the deal that Channel 9's doing is for Wallabies games only, I'd imagine.
I heard that they wanted those stupid rugby games too. I don't know when they're going to show them. When are they going to fucking show them? Saturday afternoon?
It'll be all on Saturday when they don't show rugby league.
Yeah.
So that'll work.
No one's going to fucking watch it.
No, but there you go. Yeah, so he had another email, did you say?
No, that's it. I'm pretty sure.
There we go. We've nailed it.
Yeah, that's it.
I suppose we should wrap this one up then.
Yeah, we turned the emails into like another hour and a half of talking.
It's just 2 episodes in one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We're saving your time now, people.
Well, I've got nothing to do now that I'm banned on Twitter. So
yeah. Well, we know what you'll be up to. Going to Nando's.
Nando's?
Yeah.
You mean a Porto?
No. I mean, you're going to go to Nando's. Because now that you miss out on all the English Rugby League, the only thing that's English Rugby League that remains is Nando's. And so you'll be going there. I remember these glory days. You'll sit there crying into your Portuguese chicken.
It'll be sad.
We'll wrap this one up then.
Yeah, it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
It has been good. All right, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Make sure you check us out on Twitter and Instagram at FergoFreakPod. We're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Get over there, subscribe, like, follow us, all that sort of stuff. Make sure you check out our website, fergoandthefreak.com, where you can leave us a message.
Yeah, go there, go to the contact section, and leave us an email.
Easy as that. Also, what else was there? Can't remember. Oh, yeah. Leave a comment for our for the podcast on your podcast listening device, and give us a 5-star review, and we'll read it out on the podcast, and we'll also put it up on the website.
Yeah, and also go to manscaped.com. Use the code NRL at checkout. You'll see it comes up 20% off of everything. That's 1/5 of the price, and you get free shipping as well. So the price you're paying that's it. It's all done. So go there. Just have a look at what they've got. You might see something for yourself. You might see something for someone you know. I've got the Lawnmower 3.0. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. It's great. You use it in the shower. It's not a problem. It's fantastic. You should
use it on the train.
Yeah.
It doesn't really go down well with others.
No, as long as you're wearing a mask, though, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, that's the. I always make sure I wear a mask.
Yeah.
And no, it all goes good. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Catch us all next time.